The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericaempowerment.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Dr.MaryOz's Radical Change Now radio program. Today you will learn how to combine healing and the law of attraction to better your own life in mere weeks. Join us on our journey, which starts right now. Here's your host, Dr. Mary Oz.
Well, hello, everyone. It's nice to be back to our show, Radical Change Now. And this is our 5th show, and we're switching gears. We're coming out of our Ho'oponopono segment, and we're moving into our law of attraction. And the title for today's show is Full Cooperation with the Law of Attraction. So we're going to be talking about what is the law of attraction, and why doesn't it always work for everyone? And sometimes people just think it doesn't work at all. So we're going to address that as well. And one of the things I love about our Law of Attraction program, our coaching program, is we actually teach something what we call the Law of Attraction and beyond. Because I think a lot of people do get stuck or disappointed with the Law of Attraction, and they become convinced that it's not working. But really what it is they don't understand either enough about the law of attraction, or they're not aware of the fact that in order for the law of attraction to work in your life, there are these other important universal laws. And we're going to talk about those. In fact, we call them the 4 must laws. So let me tell you what they are. So we know about the law of attraction, but there's another universal law called the law of deliberate intent. And then we also have the law of allowing and the law of detachment. And what I find in my coaching programs and my law of attraction programs is that the students really need to understand enough of all 4 of these laws to really cooperate fully with the law of attraction. In fact, at the end of the show today, Nicole's going to be joining us. And Nicole has some amazing stories. She's going to share with us how Ho'oponopono and combining it with law of attraction has changed her life and has changed her family's life as well. So specifically today, I want to focus on just the first 2 laws. We have the next 4 weeks to focus on law of attraction. So today we're going to focus on law of attraction and the law of deliberate intent. So if you want to take some notes and grab some paper, I'm going to give you a definition for the law of attraction. And it's probably the shortest definition you've ever heard. So a really good definition for the law of attraction is like attracts like. And what that kind of means is that the law of attraction is just like a boomerang. So when you were a kid and you had a boomerang and you threw it, you tossed it to the wind, it would come right back at you. And the truth is, the law of attraction responds to our thoughts and feelings. So when we're having positive thoughts, we get positive experiences. When we're having positive feelings, we also get positive experiences. And when we look at the law of attraction and we apply it into our lives, and we really learn how to manage our thoughts and our feelings and keep them purely positive, constantly and consistent enough, that's when we can begin to manifest anything that we want. So I do want to challenge you today to think about that it is true. You might have heard the sentence, thoughts become things. And it really is true that our thoughts, our very desires, end up manifesting into the things that we want. And another thing I want you to really think about is that feelings matter way more than we realize and pay attention to. Turns out, whatever we primarily think and feel each and every day really matters more than we really pay attention to. So you're going to want to learn how to carefully and consciously choose your thoughts, and it's our thoughts that control our feelings. In fact, a lot of times people don't realize when someone's depressed or sad, they're depressed and sad, and they might be doing depression. Not all people, but a certain amount of people are actually doing depression because their thoughts are so negative that the more they focus on their sad thoughts, the worse they feel. And if you just ask them the right questions and you redirect their focus, they actually move away from feeling depressed, which is different than when someone has clinical depression. But our thoughts become before our feelings. So when we want to change our lives, we have to change our thoughts. So the law of attraction is just like the law of gravity. You can't see it, but it's real. And the law of gravity is always turned on and it's always working. And so is the law of attraction. Now let's talk about how come some people, they watch The Secret, they read books on the law of attraction, and they work on it for years, and they just get frustrated. And they feel like, well, this isn't working. This isn't doing anything for me. Well, it turns out if the law of attraction isn't working for you, even though you've been trying hard, you are the uncooperative component with the law of attraction. And that's why we offer some coaching classes that teach you how to fully cooperate with the law of attraction. So if you're struggling with some thoughts, beliefs, or feelings when it comes to the law of attraction, you're not going to be able to activate those good things coming to you. This is one of the reasons why we love to teach Ho'oponopono first. And then we teach you how to combine Ho'oponopono with the law of attraction, because sometimes we have to do some healing work on our beliefs, on our hurts, on our memories, on things that we're carrying around. We often call that our baggage and our luggage. So sometimes we need to heal some of our beliefs and patterns before we can actually get the law of attraction to work well for us. And then at the other end of the spectrum is you really want to learn how to become a master manifester. Right? We're going to talk to Nicole later, and I think she's going to share with you how amazed she is about how much she's been able to attract into her life for her son, Jake. And the same is true for you. So there's a spectrum. When you're a beginner with the law of attraction, you're dabbling and you're figuring it out. But at the other end, there are people that really learn how to use the law of attraction, and they become master manifestors. In fact, next week on the show, we're going to have the privilege of having Christy Whitman, and I consider her to be a master manifester. She has intentionally, on purpose, created this awesome life, and she's going to join us, and we're going to get to talk to her for an entire hour. So now, the quickest way, if you want to try to get the law of attraction to work in your life, is to start by appreciating, right? And I know a lot of people know that when it comes to the law of attraction. But what are we talking about? First, we're talking about just appreciate the little things in life. You know, if you're walking through a store and somebody holds the door open for you, you just want to appreciate that. You want to help yourself feel good. Then you want to move on to appreciating, do you love the car that you drive? Do you love your home? Are you surrounded by family and friends that love you? You start to appreciate bigger and bigger things. And just by appreciating and feeling good, you actually activate the law of attraction to you to start sending you some more positive things. So I want you to do that right now. Think about something that you could appreciate that's small in your life, something that happened today or yesterday. And then I want you to think about something that's bigger and even bigger, and just keep thinking about more and more things that you can appreciate. I also want to teach you a technique today that we use in our coaching programs, which is called the breath of appreciation. I know that it's one of Nicole's favorite techniques to use as well. And it's just a really good anchor. It's a good thing to teach yourself to do. Whenever you have something positive happen in life and you find yourself thinking about it, you just take a deep breath in. You call it a breath of appreciation. You breathe out. And what you're actually doing is activating more good things that you can appreciate to come your way. So whenever someone else tells a positive story, or you tell a positive story, or you have a positive thought, you want to condition yourself to actually take what we call a breath of appreciation. And there's one more thing today that I want to encourage you to do with appreciation. It might sound a little silly, but I want you to appreciate appreciating. Right? It's just another way. It's almost like you square the results. It's like if you're doing appreciation, it's such a great vibration. But then if you can appreciate the fact that you're appreciating and bringing good things into your life, you actually end up bringing in more. And don't forget, when you're appreciating, you want to not only think the thoughts, I appreciate this. You want to make sure that you reach for the feelings. So we have another technique that we teach people that seems to make a radical difference when they're trying to get the law of attraction to work in their life. And it's just called reach for relief, right? And we talked before about feelings and thoughts. So if you want the law of attraction to work in your life, you got to get really better at knowing where your thoughts are most of the time. So whenever you catch yourself having a thought that either makes you sad, scared, nervous, or not feel so great, you want to say to yourself, well, how could I say that thought or think that thought differently to myself in a way that's going to actually make me feel better? So the more we change our thoughts intentionally to make ourselves feel better, the easier it is to activate the law of attraction. So if you have some pen and paper, I would suggest you write this down. People that have been using law of attraction for a long time, it's always a good reminder. People that are not as familiar with the law of attraction, this sometimes sounds a little heavy, but there's a lot of truth in the statement that I'm about to make. So turns out that we're vibrational beings. No, we often consider ourselves to be human beings, right? Or spiritual beings. But in addition to being a human being and a spiritual being, we're actually a vibrational being. Our thoughts and feelings always carry vibrations, as well as our beliefs. So I want you to start remembering on a daily basis that we are a vibrational being with a vibrational nature. And the truth is, the more you understand your own vibrational nature, the easier it is to use the law of attraction. So we're a vibrational being with a vibrational nature, living in a vibrational world that requires us to know how to vibrationally align with what we want and how we feel about what we want. So if I was going to share, like, there's a secret sauce to getting the law of attraction working, this would be the secret sauce. And for people who feel like I've tried everything with the law of attraction and I just can't seem to get it to work, this is the sentence I would reread to yourself a few times. So let me read that to you one more time. We are vibrational beings with a vibrational nature, living in a vibrational world that requires us to know how to vibrationally align with what we want and how we feel about having what we want. And I think that last sentence is so important. You not only have to align, but what you're aligning with is what you want and how you want to feel about having what you want. So I want you to sit with that sentence during the week if that's new for you. And some other hints for law of attraction is, if you want the law of attraction to work in your life well, you have to learn how to let go, right? You have to learn how to trust and how to allow. And you really have to you really have to stop worrying about the how, right? So we always say with the law of attraction, get clear on what you want, manage your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, and let go of the how. Doesn't matter how and when, that's actually the universe's job. So like we said earlier, it turns out the law of attraction is always on, it's always fair, it's always responsive, it's always powerful, and it's always working. So I have a really good analogy that I would like for it to stick with you and stay with you. And the analogy is like when you go out to eat, right? So when you go out to eat and there's a waiter or a waitress, your job is to sit down and think about what you want. You have the menu there to help you, but your only job is to know what you want and what you don't want. So once you decide what you want, the more specific and clear you are with the waiter or the waitress, the sooner they can deliver what you're waiting for. So if you want chicken parmesan, but you want extra red sauce on there or light on the red sauce, and you don't tell the waiter waitress that, she doesn't know what to bring you. So with the law of attraction, it's the same thing. As soon as we know what we don't want, we want to get clear on what we do want. And once we're clear on what we do want, we just want to ask for vibrationally and feel how good it would feel to have what we want. So it is true with the law of attraction, you can be, do, and have anything you want. And we're going to hear more about that in next week's show. But it does require for you to understand the 4 must laws that I talked about earlier in the show today. And it also requires you to believe and trust. So right now, I'd like you to think about something in your life that you want. It could be a thing, it could be a person, it could be a title. So I want you to think about something that is important for you to attract into your life. And let's do a quick check-in on how you're doing vibrationally with that thing that you want. So the first thing I want you to think about is, most of the time, do you have split thoughts about how you feel about that thing that you want? Like, when you think about it, are you 100% sure you want it, or do you have mixed thoughts about it? That's the first step. Then I want you to think about your feelings. When you feel how it's going to feel to have that thing, are you on one side of the fence or on both sides of the fence? Do you sometimes feel, yes, I want it, and sometimes you feel, no, I don't want it? And then what are your beliefs in your gut about being able to have the very thing that you really want? And this is what you would want to do anytime you're trying to attract something with the law of attraction and you feel stuck. So we're going to get ready to take a quick break and go to a commercial. And when we come back, Nicole is going to join us, and we're going to talk a little bit more about, actually before Nicole joins us, we're going to have a break, and then we're going to talk about the law of deliberate intent. So there's one more thing I want you to think about before we take that commercial break. And if you have anything in your life that you've ever actually been able to manifest with the law of attraction, I want you to use that as an anchor, right? So the very next time you say, I manifested my car, or I manifested my swimming pool, I want you to use it as an anchor by looking at what you manifested, feel how good it feels to know that you have it, feel how good it feels to know the law of attraction helped bring it to you. And then I just want you to, in that moment, hold on to the moment as proof that you do know how to cooperate with the law of attraction. So let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to dive deeper into the law of attraction along with the law of deliberate intent.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit Facebook.com/Voice America.
Dr. MaryOz's Radical Change Coaching Program will help you set a healing foundation in your life and teach you how to manifest more of what you want. Are you ready to get the results and radical change you have been longing for too long? Very often our clients tell us that this is the most powerful coaching they have ever received. Come join us and start living life with more results, more love, more wealth, health, and peace, as well as inspiration. For more information, call Coach Sam at 1-833-447-CHANGE. Need help deciding if our Radical Change coaching program is right for you? Apply for a free strategy session with one of our coaches. Be prepared to dive deep and identify the areas in life in which you need healing and transformation. Together, we will clarify how to close the gap from where you are to where you want to be and discover what's possible now. How would it feel to get big changes in less than 30 days for you, your loved ones, and your business? Apply now by calling Coach Sam at 1-833-447-CHANGE or visit us at radicalchangenow.com.
If you think you've seen online TV before, let us surprise you.
VoiceAmerica.tv is online now.
The leader in live internet talk radio has done it again. Multiple channels, a state-of-the-art viewing experience, live and on-demand programs streaming 24 hours a day. It's exactly what you want, when you want it.
VoiceAmerica.tv.
From health and wellness to business, sports, and everything in between. Discover our new world. Visit VoiceAmerica.tv now and experience the future of online television.
VoiceAmerica.tv.
Take us on the go. It's even easier now. The Voice America Talk Radio Network has launched our mobile app for iPhone, Android, or BlackBerry. Visit the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market to download the app powered by Aircast. It's free and no registration is necessary. In minutes, you could be enjoying your favorite Voice America Talk Radio host, no matter where you are, in the car, out and about, while traveling, or anytime you can't be close to your computer. Catch up on the archives you've missed or discover new shows on the spot. Search Voice America at your favorite app store.
Have you friended us on Facebook yet? Why not? Just go to facebook.com/Voice America or search for the keywords Voice America. Once you are part of our Facebook network, you'll receive daily messages about what's happening with our shows, this week's featured guests, and new happenings of the Voice America Talk Radio Network. And you can add your voice to the always active discussions on our wall. Just go to facebook.com/Voice America or search for Voice America.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog, Press Pass? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective. Plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at vapresspass.com. That's vapresspass.com. VA Press Pass by Voice America. All access, all the time.
We're making it easier to listen to the Voice America Talk Radio Network live wherever you go on iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android. Download it from the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
You are listening to Radical Change Now with Dr. MaryOz. If you'd like to participate in our discussion today, the phone lines are open. Reach us at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. Let's get back to Radical Change Now. Here again is Dr. MaryOz.
So one of the things I love about our Radical Change coaching program is we actually teach you how to fear less and how to be less anxious and how to attract more of what you want into your life. We actually teach you how to have a bigger, brighter, better future. So let's go ahead and focus on that second law that I've been telling you about, and that's the law of deliberate intent. And so grab some pen and paper again. I want to give you another definition. So a good definition of the law of deliberate intent is to purposefully and consciously choose the predominant thoughts and feelings that you want each day. So when you want something in life or someone or something to happen, you don't focus on that thing that you want to happen. With the law of deliberate intent, you first start with your thoughts and your feelings. And two key words here, consciously choose, purposely choose, but also with the law of deliberate intent, we want to do it consistently. It's another key word is consistently. And the truth is, so the law of deliberate intent actually gives us the option that we're either going to live a life of our dreams and be really happy, or we end up living a life by default. And we, of course, usually end up frustrated, unhappy, and unfulfilled. I mentioned on one of our calls with the Ho'oponopono that there's three key questions. And being that we're talking about the law of deliberate intent, I want to bring up those same three coaching questions because they're really powerful questions to help you move away from knowing what don't I want into what do I want. So the first question you always kind of want to be aware of is, what do I ultimately want, right? What do I want? What do I want in the moment? What do I want right now in my life? What do I ultimately want? The next important question is to know, why do I want what I want? Like, what's the emotional fuel behind what I want? And that will help you keep going towards your goal if you know why you want what you want. And then the third question is, how do I want to feel each and every day? You know, and I don't know about you, but I never learned in all of my different educations that I have, or going back to elementary school, I never learned that I was supposed to pay attention to my feelings. But when it comes to the law of attraction and law of deliberate intent, you actually want to purposely choose, like, which top four positive feelings, love, passion, purposeful, you know, what's another great feeling, enthusiastic, you know, what are the top four positive feelings that you want to feel every day? We get to choose that if we pay attention. So just like Ho'oponopono, the law of attraction requires that we take full responsibility for whatever we're thinking, whatever we're feeling, and whatever we're believing. And therefore, we get to attract that ultimate life that we want. So we've talked about thoughts and we talked about feelings, but you know, there's this third level of alignment. So in our coaching classes, we also teach alignment, and we talked about vibrational alignment in the first section. So what do we mean by alignment? Alignment is when you're having pure positive thoughts about what you want, pure positive feelings what you want. That's the first 2 steps. But a lot of people forget the third step. And the third step is, even if you're having positive thoughts and positive feelings, if you're not believing in your gut that you can have what you say you want, or that you can attract what you're working on, it kind of like nullifies the first 2 alignments. So a lot of times in our programs, we're really teaching people either they're stuck when it comes to their thoughts, they're stuck with their feelings, or they're stuck with their gut, or some people need help with all 3. But it's those 3 areas at the same time, thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, that actually have to be aligned to activate the law of attraction and to get the law of deliberate intent to work. So let me give you an example. So let's say you want abundance in your life and you don't want lack, right? So you know what you want and you know what you don't want. And you start to think about all these great thoughts, like, wouldn't it be cool if I had more than enough money? Wouldn't it be cool if my bank account had $30,000? And then you begin to feel, right? You begin to feel how it's going to feel to have more than enough money, and how's it going to feel to have $30,000+ in your bank account. But in your gut, you're not really sure that you're there yet, or you start to worry about how is that going to happen. So what happens is you now have what we call split vibration, or you're not in alignment and you have split energy. And let's just say it's even a really good day and you have your thoughts aligned with having abundance, your feelings and your gut aligned, but it happens to be the same day that you're going to pay your bills. And you're feeling positive, thinking positive, believing positive, you're there for 6 days. It's the 7th day and you're going to pay your bills. And just because you sit down to pay your bills, you start to feel like crap. Because most people are not in a good place when they pay their bills. Well, that feeling of lack that hits you when you go to pay your bills, it kind of erases all that alignment you did, right? So everything is like relative. You have up and you have down. You have abundance and you have lack. And when you want the law of attraction to kick in with the law of deliberate intent, you really have to choose one side and not be on the other side at all, right? So we can't go up and down at the same time. You can't do abundance and lack at the same time. So once you go to pay your bills and your belief shifts, or your feelings or your thoughts, any one of them shifts, you're no longer in alignment. You are now sending the universe a mixed message, and it doesn't know which dish to bring you. So in other words, how you feel while you are focusing on abundance really matters. So write this down. I would write this down. You want to learn how to reach for better feeling thoughts, better feeling feelings, and truthful and empowering beliefs about having what you want. If you've not been able to get the law of attraction to work for you, and you can understand the 3 parts of this sentence and really do it, you should see a shift in your manifesting. So let me repeat that one more time. You will want to learn how to reach for better feeling thoughts, better feeling feelings, and truthful and empowering beliefs about having what you want. Now, another thing we find in our courses is for some people, this sentence becomes difficult because if they have an issue with their worth, feeling like they're worthy of what they want, or sometimes people use the word deserving, like I want a big house or I want $1 million, but I don't feel deserving of $1 million, right? So we call that a belief issue. You have to heal that with Ho'oponopono before you can really manifest anything you want to be, do, and have. So we always get whatever we vibrate the most, whether it's abundance or lack, love or distance, momentum or stuckness. So you want to pay attention to how are you doing in the world of vibration. So I also want to teach you today what we often teach in our course when it comes to the law of deliberate intent. We teach you a particular technique called scripting. And this is something I actually learned from Dr. Joe Vitale. And he tells the story about, I don't know if you guys know the story of Dr. Joe Vitale, but he was very young, like 18 or 19, and he headed out to be on his own. And he found himself, I think it was Dallas, Texas, or Austin, Texas. And before he knew it, he lost his money. He was broke. His business didn't work out at the time. And he was in poverty. And he would go and visit the library and he would read all the self-help books he could find on law of attraction, manifesting, success, anything that would help build him up so that he could feel better. And lo and behold, somehow, slowly but surely, he actually went from poverty and having nowhere to live. He talks about living on the streets at one time and sleeping on the steps of the post office. And he slowly started to pull himself. As he changed his thoughts, he changed his world. As he changed his thoughts and beliefs, everything started to change for him. And then at one point, he ended up on the movie The Secret. And from The Secret, he became a celebrity. And as he was becoming well-known, he was invited to go onto the Larry King Show. And he tells the story that he was really nervous about being on the Larry King Show, but he also knew the power of the law of attraction, so he decided to do something called scripting. So I want to teach you guys how to script and tell you what happened when Joe Vitale scripted for the Larry King Show. So scripting is when you sit down with some pen and paper and you get really clear on what you want. So like Dr. Joe Vitale said, I'm going to do this interview with Larry King, and it's going to go like this. It's going to flow. It's going to start here. In the middle, we're going to talk about this, and it's going to end on a high note. And he actually mapped out, with words, paragraph by paragraph, exactly how he wanted the interview to go. And then on the plane ride out there, he was reading it, and he was trying to manifest. And sure enough, on the show, he's doing the show with Larry King, and they get to the end of the show, and Larry King says something to him like, Joe, this is kind of weird, but this interview went way different than any of my other interviews. And Dr. Joe Vitale laughed. And he said, well, that's because I scripted. And then he explained to Larry King what scripting was. And it actually changed the interview that Larry King had done over. He used a certain format. And Dr. Joe's interview turned out to be very different. So you want to do the same thing. Whenever it comes to something that you really want, you grab some pen and paper, and you're going to start to write down paragraph by paragraph as many details as you can think of. And then once you've scripted out what you want to happen, you would read it as often as you feel like you need to read it so that it feels real for you. And the more you see it and feel it, the better the chances of you vibrating what you actually wrote. So we call that scripting, and that's another technique that you will find handy when you're trying to manifest something. So right now I'd like you to think about what's something in your life that you're trying to attract into your life. And I want you to take your pen and paper, write down what it is you're trying to attract in. Is it a person? Is it a soulmate? Is it a raise? Is it a new job? Is it a new home? Is it a certain car? And then I want you to write down pure positive thoughts about, and then write down whatever it is that you want. Pure positive thoughts. And I want you to write down whatever comes to you. And then I also want you to write pure positive feelings. And I want you to think about, let's say it's a Mercedes SL 500 that you want. I want you to close your eyes a minute, imagine you're driving it, your favorite color, the sun's out, maybe it's a convertible, the roof's down, and I want you to feel the feelings. What are the pure, positive feelings that you'd be feeling when you're having that thing that you want? And then I want you to take a second, and I want you to think about 3 beliefs that you would have to have. What are 3 beliefs about having this thing, about wanting this thing, that are pure positive beliefs, that are empowering beliefs, that make you feel good? What are 3 beliefs that you can identify right now that would be good for you to have? So a belief could be something like, the law of attraction and law of deliberate intent is going to help me attract this into my life quickly and easily. That could be a belief. So see if you can come up with 3 beliefs. So now what I want you to do is I want you to make a plan for the next week or the next few days. you have some pure positive thoughts, some pure positive beliefs, and you should have 3 pure positive beliefs about something that you want. And what I want you to do is just focus on it with openness, trust, and belief for the next 7 days. And you could cut pictures out, right? So sometimes we use visualization boards when we're trying to use the law of attraction and the law of deliberate intent. The law of deliberate intent, or the other 4 must laws as well. So we could use a vision board. We could get a picture of what we want. We could get a picture of how we want to feel. We could cut out our beliefs and put it in a book. Sometimes people don't like to use vision boards, and they rather use what we call happy pictures or happy books, where you create an actual journal in a book filled with pictures and words of the things that you're trying to attract into your life. And usually you put in that book everything that makes you happy. So what happens is every night before you go to bed, you look at that book and you touch that book, because our senses are also related. The 5 senses that we have are related to our ability to manifest. So when you have a happy book and you're looking and feeling those pictures before you go to bed at night, it actually helps us manifest. In fact, I do believe that's one of the techniques that Nicole used to help her attract the things into her life. So we're about to take another quick commercial break, but when we come back, Nicole is going to join us, and she's going to share with us how her daily Ho'oponoponoing, and how when she combines it with the 4 laws of attraction, law of deliberate intent, law of allowing, and the law of detachment, how it helped her manifest and bring more things to herself and her children. And she's going to talk about some of the specific things that she's learned in our coaching program that has really helped her to activate all 4 of the laws. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you come back, and we're going to have Nicole join us after the next commercial break.
We're making it easier to listen to the Voice America Talk Radio Network live wherever you go on iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android. Download it from the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Dr. MaryOz's Radical Change Coaching Program will help you set a healing foundation in your life and teach you how to manifest more of what you want. Are you ready to get the results and radical change you have been longing for too long? Very often our clients tell us that this is the most powerful coaching they have ever received. Come join us and start living life with more results, more love, more wealth, health, and peace, as well as inspiration. For more information, call Coach Sam at 1-833-447-CHANGE. Need help deciding if our Radical Change coaching program is right for you? Apply for a free strategy session with one of our coaches. Be prepared to dive deep and identify the areas in life in which you need healing and transformation. Together, we will clarify how to close the gap from where you are to where you want to be and discover what's possible now. How would it feel to get big changes in less than 30 days for you, your loved ones, and your business? Apply now by calling Coach Sam at 1-833-447-CHANGE or visit us at radicalchangenow.com.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Now you don't have to stay linked to your desktop or laptop. Take Voice America on the go and listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
If you think you've seen online TV before, let us surprise you.
VoiceAmerica.tv is online now.
The leader in live Internet talk radio has done it again. Multiple channels, a state-of-the-art viewing experience, live and on-demand programs streaming 24 hours a day. It's exactly what you want, when you want it.
VoiceAmerica.tv.
From health and wellness to business, sports, and everything in between. Discover our new world. Visit VoiceAmerica.tv now and experience the future of online television.
VoiceAmerica.tv.
You need to live up to your full potential. You've heard that for years, but now there's a channel to help you get there. Introducing the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Our listeners have told us that they want to be motivated, hear about success stories, and positive encouragement around the clock. And we've responded to you. The Voice America Empowerment Channel is the home of the world's top life coaches, entrepreneurs, and success experts. Listen to the Voice America Empowerment Channel. It's here at voiceamericaempowerment.com.
Now you don't have to stay linked to your desktop or laptop. Take Voice America on the go and listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
You are listening to Radical Change Now with Dr. Mary Oz. If you'd like to participate in our discussion today, the phone lines are open. Reach us at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. Let's get back to Radical Change Now. Here again is Dr. Mary Oz.
Well, I'd like to welcome Nicole to the show today. Thank you for joining us, Nicole.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I would love to have you. So Nicole's been able to take our coaching program, both level 1 and 2, and I often refer to her as my prize student because, Nicole, you tackled every class and playfuled out. I don't even know if you actually missed a class, maybe 1 or 2, but not often. Right. You always practiced, and I know you would always be ready to apply everything I was teaching. And I noticed that one thing you always seemed to love the most was some of the techniques that we taught.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of think of it as having this special toolbox that just is kind of sitting there for me to use whenever I need to help myself in any way. So I think it's great.
Yeah, our coaching program really covers Ho'oponopono, law of attraction, and what we call results-oriented living. And it's especially the results-oriented living where we really teach this unique tools of how to become resourceful. So you get the best of Ho'oponopono, the best of law of attraction and beyond, and then this resourcefulness that it really does become almost like a toolbox you can use at any time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know you have a story to share with us today, and it's about how you attracted into your life over $25,000 in medical supplies and other needed equipment for your son, Jake, as well as I know you used Ho'oponopono and law of attraction for a lot of other things in your life. So tell us your story.
So basically my oldest son was born with a very rare syndrome called Pallister-Killian syndrome, or PKS, and it's left him essentially globally delayed. So he can't talk and he can't walk. He has vision and hearing impairments, and he has other medical issues that require lots of different medical equipment. And unfortunately, everything in the special needs world is just ridiculously overpriced, and it's very sad because it's things that these kids need, but it's considered special needs, and they jack up the prices, and everything is just so expensive. So at some point, I just began to combine Ho'oponopono with the law of attraction specifically to get things we needed for Jake, and it was just amazing to see what happened. So it started actually with this special shower chair that we really wanted for him that cost $1,500, and I was told there's no way insurance company will pay for this. It's a new product. Don't even, try to put in for it. There's other chairs that you can get. But this is a chair that I wanted. I had it in my head, and I was determined. So I told my son's case manager that I wanted to get the chair anyway. And, if she could please submit all the paperwork. So we went through the process of getting all the paperwork. And in the meantime, I was Ho'oponoponoing and just picturing our lives and feeling the feeling of what it would be like if the chair was actually in our house and we had this special chair, to be able to give him a shower. And then I kind of just forgot about it. And a couple of months later, I get this letter in the mail saying that the shower chair ended up being administratively approved without anyone even seeing the doctor's letter of medical necessity.
Wow.
It's completely unheard of. I called his case manager, told her about the letter, and she was freaking out. She's like, how is that possible? This never happened. So we were both like, that's amazing. And honestly, since then, I just started using the same process anytime there was any big ticket item that we wanted for him. And I've just had so much success using that whole technique, which is crazy. So far we've gotten him a $10,000 special bed, a $2,500 lift for our pool to get him in and out of our pool, a $5,000 stander to help him stand upright. There's a $500 toy that he loves that we, really wanted for years, and we finally got him the toy. And there's really a bunch of other equipment and toys that we've needed over the years, and it's amounted to over $25,000. So it's just insane, and I'm so, so grateful.
Wow. I love that story. And, I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm thinking, people that don't have a special needs kid, you think, wow, a $10,000 bed, what's that about? But the bed was actually about a safety issue, right?
Yeah.
It would help Jake sleep safely and sleep safely through the night. So Some of the things that you manifested were really necessary. And then even like his special toys, they're all things to help his growth, right?
Yes.
To help him be more interactive and things like that. So, and then he should be in the pool with you guys as a family member, right? So I love that you were able to attract such a variety of things that just makes his life feel better and fit in better, right?
Yeah, definitely. The bed was incredible because it was a safety issue. He was getting too big, and he has seizures, and the walls of his old bed, which is a twin size, he would bang into the wood, and he was hurting himself, getting bruises. So this bed is fully padded. It's a full-size bed. It's basically a hospital bed, but made to look like furniture. And
nice.
We were just determined to get this bed for free.
Nice. You said something really important that we didn't talk about today, and I loved how you said, you really were describing how we talked about the law of attraction today, the law of deliberate intent, but then you even made reference to the law of detachment, right? Because you said, I got really clear on what I wanted. I was managing my thoughts and my feelings, what we call beating the drum of what you want. And then you said, I let it all go. I forgot about it, right? Yeah. Which is really the law of detachment. And then you allowed it to come to you. It's very cool. That's what I'm talking about, my prize student who applied everything you heard in class. So can you tell us about PKS and the foundation that you support?
Yeah, so PKS stands for Pallister-Killian syndrome, which is the syndrome that my son Jake has. And back in 2006, we met with 16 other families in Philadelphia from all over the country. And by the end of that year, my husband and I worked with several of these families and started a nonprofit called PKS Kids. Basically, when my son was born, there was no information out there about PKS. There was one paragraph on the National Organization for Rare Disorder website, and there was a website that a dad in Italy had put together with 13 stories of kids all over the world, and that was it. There was literally no information. But now that, with the help of the charity, the doctors at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, they've published research about the disorder. We have these biannual medical conferences where we're able to meet other families in person, which is amazing. We have a website filled with tons of medical information, stories, and photos of children, and we actually have about 250 families as part of our Facebook support group, which it's a far cry from. I was actually the 22nd member of this tiny support group that started, back in. It was actually before 2006 at the time. And now we've had other countries get involved, and we have chapters that have been started in Australia, the Netherlands, and Italy. So it's been pretty incredible to see how far we've come.
Wow, that's a lot of growth. So if someone wanted more information about PKS, where would they go?
They should go to www.pkskids.com.
Awesome. Very awesome. So let's talk about what you have learned in our Radical Change coaching program. So when it comes to law of attraction, what would you say helped you the most so you could attract all those wonderful things in for Jake?
Well, I would say that I've obviously learned so much with the program, but if I had to pick the one thing that's helped me the most, I would have to say it's the Rampage of appreciation technique. I know you talked about that a little bit earlier, but I spend most of my day just saying thank you for just about everything. I start from the minute my alarm goes off in the morning by saying thank you for the good night's sleep that I had, and before I step out of the bed, I just thank God for the amazing day that I had, even though it's just beginning. So I'm basically setting the intention for a great day and being thankful for it as if it already happened, and then it just kind of continues from there. I'll be in the shower, and I'm just thanking God for the hot water, for my house, for my family, for everyone's good health, and I could be driving, and I'm thankful for every green light or every great parking space. So starting out with these tiny little things, and then even with my children, I have 12-year-old twins, I find that when I'm thankful for every little thing that they do to maybe help around the house or clean their room, I find that the more thank yous I say in my head about that, the more they start just doing on their own and taking on more responsibility on their own, which is pretty incredible for 12-year-olds.
Every mother wants that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I know you're a big fan of the breath of appreciation. Tell us about how you use the breath of appreciation and how it helps you.
Yes, so I love the breath of appreciation. It actually started back in our coaching classes. Every time one of us would share a Ho'oponopono story or a law of attraction story, we would all collectively take this deep breath of appreciation for that person's success. And what happened without me realizing it was that it created an anchor in me, and then outside of class, I found myself using the same breath of appreciation anytime I was feeling any sort of stress, and I would just kind of immediately be brought back to that happy place and feel those feelings that I had during class, so it's been an immediate stress reliever for me.
Very cool. Very cool. Love that. And you also taught your children how to Ho'oponopono as well, right?
Yes. Definitely,
yeah.
and they do, which amazes me. I love it. I love knowing that they know how to help themselves.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And would you say applying the law of attraction and Ho'oponopono has helped you live with more inspiration?
Absolutely. I think that by clearing out all that junk that tends to run around in your head, it just really makes room for the inspiration. I actually have a perfect example that just happened to me this past weekend. We actually have this big fundraiser that we do for the charity that we talked about, PKS Kids, and I'm not one for public speaking, but I do have a thank you speech that I have to give at this event. And for 10 years, I could literally spend days trying to write a one-page speech. Like, it was ridiculous. I would stress and second-guess myself, get myself so worked up over trying to have the perfect speech that would, really make people feel something. And after listening to your show a few weeks ago and hearing Dr. Joe Vitale talk about how he never has writer's block, I decided to use Ho'oponopono to clear my head and just ask God for the inspiration to write the speech. And this was the first year I went to bed that night, I woke up and sat down. It took me 1 hour to write the entire speech, and when I reread it, I was so happy with it. It was one draft, and I just felt like it was true inspiration. Especially hearing people's comments afterwards, just saying that it really was very touching. Yeah. So it was, to me, that was just God writing through me.
So I love that, because right now you're not even taking one of the classes, so all the stuff you learned, you're still thinking about it, applying it, and still coming up with amazing stories.
Yes. Absolutely, definitely.
We're down to 1 minute today, so I want to thank you for coming on the show. I want to thank you for taking the courses and trusting in the Ho'oponopono and law of attraction, and I just thank you for sharing your story with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So make sure you come back and join us next week. We'll be doing more on the law of attraction and the 4 must laws. We actually will have Christy Whitman be joining us for an entire hour. We get to chat with her. And we'll be focusing on manifesting the good life. And she's also going to bring along with her a free gift for you guys about how you can design your own awesome future. So be sure to join us next Wednesday at 1 o'clock on the Radical Change Now with Dr. Mary Oz here on the Empowerment Channel at voiceamerica.com. Have a great week.
Thank you for tuning in this week for Radical Change Now. Be sure to join Dr. Mary Oz again next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Until then, have the best week of your life.